All right, it's 9 o'clock. Let's call the meeting to order. Law and Justice. I'm going to do a quick roll call vote or attendance. Walter Roach, Tom Templeton, Ray Gatza,
Present.
Mike McEmery,
Here.
Kendra Pottinger,
Present.
Jim Reed is not present. Josh Pinsky Jr., Chairman, present. Jim's coming. Okay. No remote attendance. Need a motion and a second to approve the previous meeting's minutes as presented. Gatza, Templeton, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. No citizen comment. Hop into State's Attorney. Brenda?
Joe's sick, so that's why I'm taking over. I don't have anything to report.
Any questions for Brenda? Okay. Thanks for coming. Yep, we'll pay your bills at the end. Okay, we'll hop down to Public Defender, who's absent. He's got 2 reports this month, one for December, one for January. Self-explanatory as always. Any questions on those? Now, I'm going to need for the December one, can I get a motion and a second to approve? Roach, second. Gatza, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Then can I get a motion and a second to approve the January report? Templeton, second. Pottinger, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. We'll pay his bills at the end. Okay, next we'll hop into Circuit Clerk.
Good morning, everybody. I'll make this quick. Revenue cases and collections for January paid to the county, $272,498. Paid to the agencies, $79,722. Collections, $17,514. So you can see we handle quite a bit of money every month. Cases filed, 1,232. That's up a little bit. Cases closed, 1,389. Open cases, 9,627. Orders of protection for the month of December, 108. That's up. Currently, we have 2 job openings. With Lori Wakeman's help, Lenny Trujillo, and myself, we applied for a technology grant. We did not get the whole amount, but we did receive $171,980. These are grants that are not handed to us. We applied for an ADA grant and got turned down because they ran out of money. Currently, we're at $1.6 million we brought into LaSalle County through the grant process. We are constantly looking at grants. I get information from our association, the AOIC, and Lori and I watch for stuff that continually comes up. That's a lot of money that we've received through our grant system. One of the things we received this time was Quicken money. It's our e-citation program. Currently, we're on DigiTicket, and our agencies decided to switch over to Quicken. The cost is $45,000 per year. We received a grant for 1 whole year. What that means to us, every police agency in LaSalle County now can go on this program for 1.5 years at no charge to them. Because currently, Ottawa, LaSalle County, and Peru picked up this year's tab. I'm picking up next year's tab. So the only cost they would have as an agency is equipment. And every police agency is different. They have different equipment in their cars. They would have to lease or buy equipment, and then there'd be no charge for the next 1.5 years if they get on board. This is big. We've been working on this for a couple of months. They'll be able to upload their tickets to us at night. They won't have to bring them to us. And it should be up and running by May 1st. Currently, Mendota, Grand Ridge, and Marseilles requested to me some equipment they needed. I collect monies off of each citation, goes into a restricted fund. So I'm writing a check for over $15,000 to help those 3 police agencies get some of the equipment they need. I've been contacted by Earlville, LaSalle, Streeter, other agencies. They all want to get on board. So
Hang on, we had a couple questions here. Tom?
Greg, there was, in the bills, there was a bill there for a pocket jet printer from Quicken. Is that what they're having in the cars, or what?
Yes.
What's the?
Yeah.
That's,
the 3 agencies that requested some help with equipment, I have those monies available to a degree. And I agreed before we even got this grant to pay the $15,800.
Yeah.
And that was to help out Grand Ridge, Mendota, and Marseilles.
so every car is going to be equipped with that is part of the system, correct? They're all going to.
Most cars,
they're all gonna
depending on the city. It depends on how much monies they have to equip their cars. But the goal is to have every car that way.
Okay, thank you.
Ray?
Can we open that up to every city?
That's what do you mean?
Every city has the ability to log on and get into that.
In
if they
LaSalle
want to.
County.
In LaSalle, that's what I'm saying, in
Yeah,
LaSalle County.
for the next year and a half, we're paid for the software and the stuff to do it. They just have to get their equipment squared away.
So they get their equipment, but what is this a long-term program, or is this only guaranteed for a year and a half? I mean, what happens after that?
After a year and a half, we have to pay $45,000 more dollars. So what will happen is that each agency, depending on how many vehicles they have, will be divided out. In the past, when we were on Digi, they had to pay a fee per city, like $12,000, plus how many units they had. Now, we just pay the flat $45,000. So if you have 30 cars and Tom has 7, we'll do a formula. It might cost you $600 or $2,000.
So it's more fair. Okay.
Instead of $15,000. The biggest problem I have is the smaller agencies, and I'll use a small town like Lawson. A lot of our full-time officers in Peru work in Lawson part-time, but they didn't have the equipment that they needed to operate like they do in Peru. Now we're getting there. The state of Illinois State Police has a e-citations program. They've had it for 7 years. They can't upload their tickets. And I keep being told every time I go to Springfield, it's going to be mandatory like body cams are. I'm getting long on this, but a quick information on that. If you get pulled over for speeding, they take your driver's license, they scan it, all the fields fill in. No handwritten stuff.
Nice.
They just have to check some boxes on what you did illegally, speeding, running a stop sign. That's huge, because when I get 175 tickets in the morning here, and it's all handwritten, 5-part carbonless, I can't read them.
Yep.
So either the carbon didn't go through or your handwriting's awful.
So yeah, not to make this any longer, but basically this program you plan on keeping it. It's not like they're going to put the equipment in the cars and all of a sudden it's going to go away. Somebody's going to keep it going.
Yes.
Okay. And then also, just backing the train up a little bit, you had $171,000 in a grant that you received, but you said you applied for more. How much did you apply for?
Depending on what our needs are. For instance, in this
The grant that you just received, 171 grand for. What did you?
equipment, software, stuff like that.
Is that what that went for?
So you have to remember.
Let Lori answer this. She's
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say we applied for 204,000.
Thank you.
Right.
That's what I was curious.
Yeah. So we apply for everything, including the kitchen sink, and see what we get. Our last one, what was it, Lori? $900-some thousand we received. You got to remember, we have probably over 100 computers with the employees that we deal with.
So now, does this take care of things that we're already budgeted in for? That now we've got a net
Yes.
surplus in that account?
Yes.
Okay.
Because what I do is I have to budget for it in case I don't get it.
Right.
So one of the questions that come up every year in my budget is our specialty funds are building up their revenues, their surplus. Without that, I'd be down $1.6 million. My specialty funds would be at 0. So yes, I am building those funds up because we are making less money now because of the way the system's changed with pretrial services and no cash bail. We're not bringing in the revenue we
Right.
used to bring in.
Right.
So that's why we're super aggressive on grants, and Lori's on top of that.
Good job, Lori.
Yeah, so we're very excited to save $1.6 million of
a lot of
revenue
money.
we brought in.
It's a lot of money.
That's pretty impressive.
I agree. All right. Thank you.
Tom?
Greg, I think you already answered my question, but I was going to ask you what it's trending as far as the income coming off of the tickets. since the new laws have come into effect? Are we trending with more tickets, less tickets, or are you staying static?
It's hard to say because of COVID. When COVID hit, everybody stopped writing tickets because they didn't want the interaction. So we're still trying to figure it all out. We do see some agencies are writing more tickets. Part of it is turnover. When you have new police officers, I'm the police commissioner in Peru. We have 26 officers, 7 new ones. They like to write tickets. These new guys are aggressive. The older guys, I'm not pulling them over for speeding. They're going to yell at me. So as we get new officers, we're seeing more tickets being written. With this system, it makes it a little bit safer. They're only on the side of the road in a very short time now because they can scan your license, run your background check, run the leads program. They're not sitting out there for 20 minutes as a target on the side of the road. So it's hard to answer Tom's question, except that I am seeing a little upscale, and I think you'll see more of it now with younger officers, safer situations, and the laws changing.
Any other questions? Okay.
Sorry, I went a little long today.
That's short for you. What are you talking about? Can I get a motion and a second to approve his report, please? McEmery, Gatsa, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Do his bills at the end. Judiciary probation.
Good morning. I'll start with the January adult statistics. Probation fees for LaSalle County ordered $10,950. Ordered to date $11,730 and collected $6,506.89. Collected to date $11,136.75. Adult caseload for LaSalle County, active caseload is 527. Administrative caseload is 274. Total on probation for the 13th is 1,319. Juvenile statistics for January 2025, caseload, active cases for LaSalle, 121. Administrative cases, 9. Total on probation for the 13th is 169. That is the statistical report.
Any questions on Sue's report? Now, can I get a motion and a second to approve it, please? Gatsa, Reed, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, Susan. Chuck?
Good morning. How's everyone? I'm going to start off, we do have a juvenile at Focus House receiving treatment that was admitted back in November 20th, 2024. That's at a rate of $250 per day. You will see those bills in our bills this month, so those invoices. We also had a second juvenile that was ordered this last month in February, and it'll come up on the March one, but he was admitted on the 19th of February for treatment, again at the same rate, $250 a day. There is no discharge date at this point for either of them. Obviously, the last one just started. The other one, they're still working toward treatment. He is making progress. Our officers maintain regular contact with the provider and sit in on staffings, so we keep updated on their progress and treatment. So I just wanted to mention that. We did have a transfer from detention to probation, to become a probation officer. So our probation staffing is complete. It's full at this point across the 3 counties. Detention home is going to be hiring 3 new officers here in the next couple weeks. We're still down some officers, but we are making progress on getting some back in at this point. So other than that, I think that's all I've got for today.
Any questions for Chuck? Okay, thanks, Chuck. Lori?
Thank you.
Good morning. The only thing I have to report today is, I don't know if you saw it in the newspaper, but one of our longtime circuit judges is retiring, Judge Rakulia. After 35 years on the bench, the process has begun to fill the vacancy by the Supreme Court.
Thanks, Lori. Any questions? Hey, Tricia?
Morning. Jury Commission, we have sent out 1,699 summons. We have done 443 reminders. We've had 2 grand jury dates, one being today. We've had 1 trial with 139 jurors, and we've had 53 failure to appears.
Any questions? Hey, nothing else? Well, good. All right, thank you. We'll pay your bills at the end. Detention home. Jake?
Got bills in the amount of $13,663.61. Prepaid, $419.32. Total bills of $14,082.93. Average daily population of the month is 4. Today's population is 3. Income for the month, state and federal food subsidy, $806.94. Interest income, $7,704.59 for total income of $8,511.53.
Any question on the detention home report? Not. Can I get a motion and a second to approve? Templeton, Reed, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Anything else, Jake?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, I think the bills are still going around, so we'll do those after the executive session. Okay, I'm going to need a motion and a second to go in executive session for 5 ILCS 120/2C21, review of previous minutes for semi-annual review as mandated in ILCS 120/2.06. Can I get a motion and a second? Gatsa, Reed. And we're going to do a roll call vote. Roach? Templeton? Gatsa?
Aye.
McEmery?
Aye.
Pottinger?
Aye.
Reed? Oshapinski, aye.